everyone, and happy Tuesday. We have the second part of our planner page to do today. I'm not sure how much we'll get done, but we'll just have a go and see where we get to. Now, as I said in the last video, I have gone over these wallpaper stripes a few times actually, probably 3 or 4 times each, just to make them look a little bit neater, a little bit darker. I'm happy with them now. They're still not perfect, but you know who is and what is. So I'm just going to do this little tiny bit at the bottom here, the sort of skirting board, before we move up the page, because there's a risk that I'm going to forget. So let's come in a little closer so we can see both sides. There we go. I'll just pop it up into the middle a little bit. There we go. So we have this sort of striped look on here, and I'm thinking maybe we should do more blue just to match in with the wallpaper. Why not? Do you match your skirting with your wallpaper? I tend to. So 63 I'm just going to give it a quick sharpen. And what I think I do is I might just do 2 dark blue stripes, just to keep it really simple. Now we have a little hidden door here, and I'm thinking maybe, I'm just doing this plain colouring by the way, nothing too difficult, just blocking it in. I'm finding it hard enough to work out what colour comes next. I thought maybe this plain door I could do in the same blue, so the door frame in this blue and then the door in this blue, just to hide it, because I think, you know, remember in this book, this is Rooms of Wonder, isn't it? I'm using Ergosoft pencils, by the way. I didn't tell you, did I? I want to do the dark one on the outside. I'd rather not have a white on the outside, get the lines, because I'm drawing everywhere, because we've got a white. I'm not going to do anything in the background, so it just frames it a little bit. So what was I saying? I don't know. So I thought because this book has sort of hidden doors and keys, it would be nice to make it look more hidden by, I don't know what I was talking about saying that. These aren't going to be left white. I know, sorry, it's early-ish. It's not really, 33, quarter to 10. I'm a bit discombobulated, I guess. Just come back from a walk. Said to the family, actually my one son's gone off to uni, he's got an exam later today, and I said to family, let's go out for a walk first thing and then I'll get on, and but took everyone a really long time to get ready and messing around, faffing about, taking ages over breakfast, so by the time we've got in to record it's so late. I like getting on early, but you know, it's nice to go out with everybody. I'm just going to tidy up and go back to this colour. Was it the 3? No, 63. And just go back over because there's a few mistakes around that window. I need to do that little window as well. I'm just colouring over the white bits that I've accidentally left. That messy bit there. There we go. Okay, we're going to do that window because I don't want it to show up really bright. I'm going to get this pale colour that we used for our number 10, and I'm just going to put a little layer in that's quite dark. It's still a bit darker than this, you probably can't really see, but that's what I want to do. Now we're going to come up, as we've been sort of working our way up the page, we're going to continue with that. So we've got this little bit at the back. Here it's like the sort of refrigeration unit or something, I think. We're going to grab some greys like we did before. I'm going to start with 8, which is the darker grey, and do these squares like the centre bits. And I'm just going to block them in, but not too dark. I don't want to really press hard or anything. Just a lightish layer like that all the way along, and then we use the lighter grey around it. I'm not sure why, but I just feel that these are sort of grooves, holes, gaps, whatever it is, to be shadow inside. Yes, my poor son, got up early, went to bed early, got up early, left the house at 7:20 to get the early train. Luckily I gave him a lunchbox, and he said he knew one of his exams was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but he thought today's was at 10, and it isn't, it's at 2, so he's got to hang around. And he told one of his friends it was early too, and his friend did an all-nighter revision and says he's gone off for a nap now before the exam. But he's got his computer with him, he's got his phone, so he'll be able to do some revision if he wants, or just browse about and relax, whatever he feels is best for him. You know, I know he's a sensible lad, he'll do what works for him. He did a bit of revision yesterday. I'm just sharpening my lighter grey. I'm not going to do anything fancy. This is 80. On this back part, I'm just going to block it in. Again, I'm not going to press terribly hard. I want it to look lighter than the one we've done already, and because we didn't press hard with that, then, you know, you can't press hard with this. So it's going to be a little bit odd. I'm trying to remember to do the vertical pieces as well. I was chatting to my parents yesterday on Skype, and my mum had been sent some old photos. My cousin had been looking on her dad's computer because he's in a care home now, so she's sort of tidying up, and you know, and had found some old photos. Some she didn't know even who was in them. So at Christmas she'd taken her laptop or tablet or whatever it was, Apple iPad, that's it, to the party to show people these photos. They were fabulous, and my mum had said, can you send them to me? So she's just sent them to my mum. It's taken a while, but you know, people are busy. I'm going to do these thin bits in the darker grey because I think this glass, I'm going to do this glass now. What I'm going to do is where Johanna's drawn these stripes, I'm just going to put a bit more on like that and do the same over here. That's it. You don't have to do that. If you think it looks a bit scruffy, you can just leave them. I'm going to use the 8 to do the edges. Now I want these to look a little shiny, so I'm going to fade them towards the centre a little bit, and hopefully it might look a little bit metallic. Because it's so small, it's quite tricky to see. Just do the best I can. Anyway, so she sent these photos over, and me and my sister were having a look at them. It's very interesting. There's one of my mum, when she looks quite like me and my sister. I'm going to do these little circles here in this dark grey too, like they're little pins. Push pins, drawing pins, tacks, nails, whatever they might be. There we go. Okay, now we're going to pull down a tad so we can see all the shelving. I think I'm going to do the shelves next so that I can get an idea of what the colour looks like, and it'll help me with choosing all the other colours. So I'm actually want them quite dark wood because the lighter wood, I can hear such weird noises. The lighter wood colours are quite orangey, so I'm going to use number 76, but I'm not going to press very hard. Like that. That'll be my darkest. Now you could do little shadows like under here and around here. I think it's going to be a bit too much because of all the detail. I'm just going to keep it really plain and simple. I'm just carefully looking at which bit's the shelf. Now the bit here would be darker than the bit here, if you can see what I'm trying to point at. The front bit will be than the actual bit because there's be a shadow from here. On the top one there'll be some shadow from these, but also maybe light, but shadow from whatever you can't see these things are. So but I'm just going to keep it all the same, quite simple. It's up to you. You might want to do another layer on the on this bit to make it all the way along, just to make it a bit darker, but I really don't want mine any darker than I can do. This is my sort of lightest touch. I don't want it any darker, so I'm not going to do anything. The noise I can hear sounds like a loudspeaker, but I suspect, my husband's home today, and I suspect he's watching a video without headphones. Maybe that's why I can hear, but it's quite odd. Anyway, I will investigate later. Okay, I'm just looking to see if I've missed any. I don't think I have. And then going to do this one. Yeah, so we went for we walked along a canal to the supermarket. We saw wagtail and magpies, and there was, we think it was a thrush, singing beautifully. Had a sort of white chest with dark speckles on it. We think it was a thrush. It was sitting on one of the telephone wires, singing its heart out. Saw lots of fish, buttercups, cow parsley, hogweed, dandelions, loads of pretty trees and grasses. It's really nice. Right, the bunting I'm going to do next. I could probably come in a tad closer though, yeah. I think if I make it too many different colours, it's going to get a little bit confusing. But I don't want to do blue because we've got the blue behind. I think I might just do a couple of pinks. Bunting is often quite girly, isn't it? I'm just going to sharpen. Now I think I'm going to make this quite dark. Now with the ice cream, I kept it light because I think ice cream isn't really dark, unlike sauces and things. So this is 20, and I'm going to do press or layer rather up quite hard so that we've got quite a defined colour like that. And I'm going to just stick to 2 colours. So I've got an itch on my hair. Oh, probably picked up some bugs when I was out. Like not bugs as in flu, but bugs as in creepy crawlies. Ooh, in my hair. Oh, I went over that one. That was a bit of a mistake, never mind. I've actually got a darker pink next. This is 20. I'm going to use the 61 in a minute, so I can colour over that and it should be fine. But yes, it's a lovely walk. It's actually really cool. I had I've got a short sleeve t-shirt on, and I sort of almost thought maybe I could have done with a cardi in the shade particularly. We'll do this colour in the back of this one. But it was fine. We got the grocers that we needed. We'll do the triangles on this one. Just trying to mix it up a little bit. Do that one and that one. This one, do the cert. There we go. Okay. Oops. Just reorganising my pencils. So this is 61, which we're doing for the rest. Yes, it's a very nice walk on. I wanted to go out early before it got too hot. The forecast is for sun all day. One of the newspapers this morning was saying that it's going to be the hottest May for 150 years. Which, yeah, I think everything and every place is getting hotter though, isn't it? But, you know, some people think it's a good thing, they like the heat, but obviously it's not, even if you like the heat, it's not a good sign of what's happening. But I don't. I fear that I'm going to have to move somewhere cooler. I had this weird dream last night about moving. Just brought that into my head. I dreamt that I had bought my sister's house. Now she lives further up north of the country, about an hour or 2 away. No, 2 hours away. Anyway, I don't want to live in that part of the country. I like where I live. Yeah. And so what I've thought I'm going to do is we've got all these little sort of cloths and napkins or whatever they are here. I'm going to do those in purples. So like I've done the pink stripes and the alternate here, I'm going to do that with my 2 purples. So we've got the lavender and the violet, I think 6 and 62. Just sharpening them up ready. I'm going to do the lightest one first. So this is the 62, and I'm going to sort of alternate through like I did with the bunting. I think it'll work. Yes, so I dreamt I'd moved into her house, and it was sort of like we just moved and I didn't like it at all. It wasn't her house in my dream. You know how it is when you dream, you don't actually dream where you are. It was just some place that I'd never seen before, and I didn't like it. And I was like, why have we even done this? And she'd moved to Cardiff in Wales, and I'd moved to her house. What on earth were we? I don't know what's going on in my head. But interesting, actually, one of my cousins has just moved house, and she shared some photos of her new house. So maybe that was in my head a little bit. I don't know. But it was very weird, and I didn't like it, and I was like distressed. I'm like, why have we even done this? Why have we moved to this horrible house that is nasty, that we don't like? Most odd. Anyway, and number 6. So yeah, weird dreams. But I don't. Some people think that dreams mean something, but I'm not really sure they do that much. You know, I don't think that dream means that I want to move, or I don't want to move, what I don't want to move anyway. So maybe, you know, I'm just filling this in, by the way, with a few layers, just over colouring each little bit. It's nothing too complicated. Now doing it this way with them all matching also makes it much easier for me. I don't have to keep thinking of different colours to do. Okay, next we're going to do our wafers. So our ice cream cones that are sitting in the stand have wafers, and there's some wafers up here in a pot as well. We're going to do them all the same colour. I always find it a bit tricky to decide, but I think I'm going to do them number 16, which is a sort of goldish yellow. We don't have the right colour in the set of pencils, so we just have to do the best we can. And this is too orangey, but too yellowy, but we have colours that are too orangey. We have colours, you know, things that are too brown. There just isn't anything, so I'm just doing it like this. Just have to squint a bit and use your imagination, I guess. I'm going to make those chocolate biscuits. There's a bit of wafer in this. Oh, can I hit a seagull? Wow. Do you know there's no such thing as a seagull? They're just gulls. They're just different types of gulls. The ones that make loads of noise at the seaside that we call seagulls, they're called herring gulls, I think. Oh, I missed one. In the ice cream that... There we go. So, should we colour our ice cream? I'm thinking we'll do it all vanilla. Number 10. I know we've got all these flavours. But let's do it all vanilla and then different colour sauces. So just keep it quite pale. Remember, we don't want this layered up too much or else it looks too yellow. This one looks like it's got a pile of cream, but we can make that sauce. I'm not sure that, I guess maybe there's supposed to be different flavours. Oh well, this looks like a pile of profiteroles, but we're going to make it ice cream because we are in the ice cream parlour. Although that looks like a milkshake. I guess it's an ice cream sundae. Is that cream or ice cream? I'm going to make that ice cream. Because cream is white. It's hard to colour. Unless you've got an ivory or a cream, you could colour it in. Yeah, that's that. Now, let's go back through. I'm going to grab this colour. This is 25. It's a nice pinky colour. I'm going to use this for the sauce on this first one. Now sauce is quite vibrant, so I'm doing it quite thick. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do sort of mix it up a bit, basically. So these are all the same, but oops, there we go. But these aren't going to be the same. I'm going to do some chocolate sauce with number 77. This one. Now this is a chocolate flake as well. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do these. I would want chocolate. Could you see some chocolate now? Don't have any there. Never mind. I'm sure I'll cope. It's probably better for me not to be scoffing chocolate at 10 o'clock in the morning, number 23. I did have some for my birthday. It's very nice. I ate it far too quickly. It was delicious. Right, I'm going to do this one. A slightly different colour. This looks a bit more like cherry. Actually, we've got what looks like a cherry on here. I might colour that in. Now I know they're the same. We'll come back and we'll colour over that a little bit. I'm thinking maybe this. We've got layers of something. I'm going to put the sauce, I think, on the outside. Because sometimes they sort of put the sauce on the edge of the glass, don't they? I saw a photo today actually of a milkshake. They sort of put the sauce around the edge, and then we've got layers in here which I've only just noticed. Should make this like a ripple, like a raspberry ripple. Even though I said it was cherry, no one's noticed. Oh, this looks like a banana split, doesn't it? What colour should we do with that ripple? Maybe we'll just do ice cream colour. They're 10. And we'll actually do this one 10 in here. Like there's sauce and ice cream. And this one like it's a sort of cherry raspberry ripple. There we go. Now I haven't done that bit. Just going to do that bit there. Got another cherry there. So what colour do we do our cherry? The 23. Like that. Oh, that's a bit of sauce in there. Look. There we go. Yeah, this milkshake. The glass looked like it was like as long from my finger to my elbow. It's huge. I'm sure it wasn't as big as that. The picture just made it look humongous. I'm going to think about what colour to do that. We haven't got a lot of pink on there. I might just do a pink. I'm going to do it number 20. And there was sort of like strawberry sauce on the edge of the glass, and then a sort of pale strawberry. I'm going to leave a little light bit in the middle, a pale strawberry milkshake, and then it looked like about that much cream on the top, and it had pink marshmallows on it, and then a bit of a strawberry on the edge of the glass, a whole strawberry actually squodged onto the side of the glass. You know how they sort of split it in half and put it on. So it looked amazing, I shall have to say. Right, I'm going to use number 1 for my bananas. Now bananas are quite pale, so I'm going to do it quite lightly, but I just wanted to look a different colour to the ice cream. So I'm just going to keep layering until I feel that it's recognisable. It's too dark for a banana already, but I want to make sure it's recognisable as a banana, so I'm happy with that. And then we've got these bananas up here. Now obviously these are the skin and not the actual centre, so I do this a bit darker. You could put a bit of brown on them as well if you want, because bananas are normally not just plain. They've normally got marks or green or whatever, but I think I'm going to leave it there. Now we've got our various containers, and I'm wondering whether to do them blue, like we've got to maybe to match our wallpaper. Maybe we're sort of trying to match a little bit, and grab a dark colour though, number 3, and do our brim. And then the main sort of bowl. I want the bottom bit to be a little bit darker. Just try and make it look like the brim is sticking out above it. I mean, if I really wanted to make it, I would put a hard dark black under there, but I don't want to do that. This one I'm going to do a little bit lighter. But still sort of fade towards the middle. Like that, to sort of create the illusion of shine. Now this one I'm going to do a blue base, and now this one as well. Now of course it's see-through, and maybe you would be tempted to do it with a grey to make it look glassy. I've done a lot like that before too, but I'm just sticking with my blue idea here and hoping it sort of works. The same as this. I'm going to make it a sort of bluey glass, so a bit lighter. Yeah. Now up here we have our jars. Now I want my jars to be see-through because I've drawn the wallpaper through, sorry, like that. But the lids I can certainly do in this blue. And just slightly fade them towards the middle a bit. Maybe I'll bring them down a little so you can see them better. Now all these little fiddly details make the picture take longer to do. Yeah, those are all going to be see-through, I think. No, that one, not these. These are the sauces, aren't they? Let's do this pot. Yeah, lots of fiddly details take a bit longer to do. But if you're in the mood for just colouring away, it can be quite good. Depends what mood I'm in, whether I like doing fiddly details or not. Now, back to this shelf, we have a handle and some spoons. Now we've done all our spoons in the ice cream area, all our scoops in a light grey. I'm going to do the same thing because we've got 80. Now, for these, I'm not going to do much with the handles because they're so thin. Just try and fill them in a bit. With the spoons themselves, the whatever you call it, I'm going to try and just make them a bit lighter in the middle. They're really small. It's quite hard to do very much like that. And then we have this scoop as well, like that. Now we could, with our glass jars, probably should have a bit of blue there. I'm just going to grab that blue because I've made a bit of a mistake. This is number 30, but it's easily corrected. Here, look, this bit seems to just go down there, like that. But we would also see the shelf through. Now the shelf we did in 76, so we can just do that. So think about where the back of the shelf comes up to and just put, now because this is already light, I might just put a darker bit on the bottom, just so that we can see that this is inside the glass. It's a bit fainter. Maybe I need to darken up a bit. Like that. I'm just putting a layer around them. There we go. And in here, I think these are striped chocolate tubes. So I'm going to do every other one with this brown, and then we use the other brown as well. Oh, I need to remind my husband to phone his clinic if he hasn't heard from them. Like that. And these dark chocolate we use the other brown. So this is 77. So I'm going to make these like they're flakes, or I think they look like chocolate fingers. No, Cadbury's chocolate fingers? Maybe you don't. It's like a long, thin shortbread biscuit dipped in chocolate. They used to do just Cadbury's Dairy Milk. They're delicious, but I haven't had them for years. But they sort of did white chocolate ones, sometimes dark chocolate, different variants, but I think the milk ones are just the popular ones. I'm just trying to fill in all the gaps here. Don't worry if you can't quite get your stripe right. I don't think it matters that much. Okay, now where are we going to go? We have got this jar. Now we could do these items which look like they've come out of here, lots of different colours, or we could do them all the same colour. Now I am slightly torn, but I think I'm going to do them all the same colour, because doing them all different colours is really hard and takes a long time, and we've still got lots of teeny details to do. So I'm going to do them red. Oh, I've got goosebumps. 29. And I think this will be my last bit for today, because we've still got so much to go. I thought it might just be one video, but we've got a lot to go, so I'm going to pause here once I've coloured these in, and I'm not doing anything very special, and I will probably do these the same colour, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. But let's just come right out and I'll show you what we've done. It doesn't feel like we've done very much, but as I say, with all the little fiddly details, it does take some time. So yes, I'm going to leave that there and finish it off tomorrow. I think it's easier to do it in little steps anyway, easier for everyone, me and you. So thank you for watching today. Enjoy your Tuesday. I hope you have a really super day, and happy colouring.